So you're now an entrepreneur, which has acquired four brands of beauty and wellness products under your newly formed banner, DIYA Beauty and Wellness. Did I pronounce that
It's
correct?
actually Dia Beauty and
Dia.
Wellness.
Dia, thank you.
It looks like
Um,
Dia. A lot of people say it, but it doesn't sound as good when you say Dia. But Dia is it's the bringer of light.
Love that. I love that. So now you're a CEO. Like, how did this happen? Like, explain it to
Favorite.
us.
From supermodel to CEO.
Yes, love that.
I was the spokesperson for one of the brands that I actually ended up purchasing, and called Oralgen. So oralgen.com. I'm gonna be relentless.
We love
I
it.
was I was so I was this was years ago, and I loved the brand, and I loved one of the woman who actually helped create the brand, Renee. And I told her when I was working with them as their spokesperson, I told her, I was like, one of these days I'm gonna steal you. And I called her up because I was in development with my hairline, and I said, "Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready to go?" And and it, we ended up buying the brands from the company that I had originally done Oralgen this campaign for. And so I bought Oralgen and Bare Organics and Super Organics and Probiogen.
Well,
And
you actually answered
and
my
I
next
stole her
question.
too.
Yeah, I was going to answer my next question. What kind of products do you have? Do you have a favorite? I guess I should ask that. Do you have a favorite?
You know, they're all so different. So you have, okay, so Bare Organics is 100% organic, vegan, keto, paleo friendly. It's baked goods and powders and coffees and teas. So in Bare Organics, I do. The coffee for me is really good. It doesn't give me, sometimes I have a tendency to get those heart palpitations when I drink coffee, like that roll, because I'm an excitable person. So cardio care works really well
Ah,
for me. But you know, one product, Oralgen, the brand, is kind of a it'll always be a hero for me because I wouldn't be here in the situation. I wouldn't have discovered more about health and wellness. And, you know, that's one of my favorites, but it's just because it's so personal.
great.
The brands are all really good. I'm very proud of them.
I understand you're giving some of the money from sales to nonprofits. What made you decide to also give back? Was that important to you?
Yeah, okay. So the give back to me is very important. That's something that they didn't have before, and that's what I wanted to implement with
Yeah.
the entire company, because without the farmers and without the products, we would have nothing. And a lot of times the farmers and the people who are actually building or giving the raw materials, that's one of the hardest parts of the whole business. And if we can help sustain them and give to local charities and give back where Bare Organics and where we are born, so to speak, then I feel like I'm giving back as well, to the ecosystem that makes sense. You know what I mean? Instead of like giving to a charity that we don't know where the money's going to go, we actually know where, by picking and choosing how we're going to help people. And we're starting small, and and just doing the best that we can to give back to, I call it Mother Earth, but it's the people who care.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So you previously battled thyroid cancer. Did your past health journey contribute at all to your decision to get into the health and wellness space?
Oh yes. You can't get cancer and not start to think about your health and wellness. So it was a huge eye opener, and that's when I turned my life around. I started getting healthy. I started reading labels. I started, wondering, what am I putting in my body? How did I get cancer? Why did I get cancer? And I started it like mind, body, spirit, and researching and trying to make myself better and eat better and make better food for my son. And so that whole process started then. because I tell you, being a model in the 90s was not the healthiest way to live.
What can you tell us, like what's next for you? What can you tell us about what are you teasing? Like what are you excited about? Anything upcoming products or anything that you can tell us about?
Well, now that I've become the CEO of all of these
Yes.
brands, we have a whole bunch of products in the works for all of them. I'm also working on a hairline. So I've been working on this
Ooh.
hairline for many years, actually.
Mhm.
I wanted to put this up previously, and that was me learning the process of what I'm doing right now. So I look at that as my learning curve of when I first started to have this dream to do my own hairline. And that was, that's been some time. And now we're almost finished, and we will, I've just, my dream is to be the Martha Stewart of hair.
I love that. I love that. Did you get to like go into like I think this is so interesting. Did you get to like go into the labs and things like that?
Oh,
Like
yes.
making the product?
You can if you want. If a lot of people will not do that, but I like to meet the chemist and have
Right.
conversations with the chemist, and what do we want? And I have another one at the end of the month where we're going to a factory and we're meeting their chemists and start. Sorry, my animal is trying to get on camera. And um, but the getting into the labs and working from the ground up, that is the process that I like, because
Mhm.
then your product. If you let somebody else create it for you and you put your name on it, you're just licensing your product, basically. I mean, I want to know what's in it. I want
Right.
to know if it does what it says it does. I want to know, I want to be certain that what I'm handing you is what I say I'm handing you.
Right.
And when I was a model, there was a lot of, miss the advertising that, they would say, "Here, put something in your hair and say that you use it." But you have
You're
to
like,
put
well,
it
what's in it?
and but like this, like a little tiny strand. And, and so that's the kind of thing that I will not do. That's the do and don't. I, we really care about health and beauty and wellness at this company. It is at the forefront of everything that we stand for. So the bringer of light, we started with the two women to bring bring forth, you know, all of the expertise that I can give. I've worked with the biggest designers in the world. I mean, Yves Saint Laurent taught me how to eat. He was like, "Oh no, Angie, it's not like this." And he put my fork and knife in my hand because I came from Ohio, and he
Yeah.
showed me how the French eat, which is the fork down. And he was very, very sweet with me. And it's a full circle now,
Hmm.
from brands to selling brands, and now my give back.